a spat of words, like a sentence.
Yeah.
The puppet can't do a big mouth opening for every beat, right? So finding a way to alternate with picking an emphasis to start with, like let's do his opening or sooner, like I am the BFG, right? So let's say that I am is a normal speech, and then the BFG is the big one, right?
So I am the BFG.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Good. Yeah, that's good. And the only critique I would say is that for the I am the, you could be a little bit bigger, you know. But that's what I mean is finding that rhythm for every line is alternating a big gesture and a little one. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I am the BFG.
Good. Good. And now pull down. So now he's talking. Okay.
Oh, I can sort of see it.
Yeah. Okay. But in order to just like look up, then you cheat your hand back and you do that. Okay? Now here's the other thing is
Good.
where this is pointing is where his head is pointing.
Okay.
So now you can look up there, but this way you don't have to be constantly doing this the whole time.
I know exactly.
Yeah.
That works.
All right. This is so cool. Like a kid in a candy shop.
Woo! Is different than just talking like this, right? So there's this, and then there's that, and then, because when you're out, you can very quickly get to this quicker and easier, right? And so using, because that's the easiest thing to forget is that you have this amazing ability to pitch the head and talk as you pitch the head. And if you don't, you know, if you only use the talking, it's fairly like, you know. But if you do both, it's like so much more interesting. Okay?
I am the BFG.
Good. Even slower, Thomas. So you're barely moving. You're letting the legs do most of the work, the puppet legs.
I don't want to change this, how do
Just give me a little wiggle.
I? Okay, I didn't want to like shake it and be
No,
like, oh,
that's
there
okay.
goes his leg.
So a little half step for you, Thomas, and much bigger for you legs. Big turn, so like big step turn, big step turn. Good. So the first one was good. Can you do a spin, like go back to where you were? Let me show you. So we'll turn the same way. And ready?
Yeah.
So step. Yeah, better. Good. Towards her probably.
Yeah, when you're sitting, it's good to lean forward. That was what he said.
When you're sitting down, pitching the body forward a little bit it'll talk better. So when seated, pitch the body forward, and that'll help with movement. Getting into the chair and out of the chair, the hardest job is for the leg puppeteer because of basically, unless you do a flat bottom stool, but if you have any back, he'll have to do some switching. And if the legs are lifted and the body is static, you know, find that medium between believable but yet also imaginative for a puppet, right? So like probably half as long as what we just did, you know. In terms of too long, it loses its power. And the other thing is, what's hard about the sitting scenes is that because of his scale, he's really looking over, if I'm Sophie, he's really looking over me. So there's two ways. Is one, either get Sophie higher, like on another object, or have him lean forward a bit more, and and then Sophie take a step back. So I would lean a bit back. Even that is still, then there's still a relationship that could happen. So
It's
there's,
actually very nice from this side.
yeah. So finding those, be aware that his eyes, the direction is very important, so. So that's, I think, some seated things, The other thing is legs. This is really one moment you get to shine, so like think about doing things like that, kicking a leg out, or like stamping, or a stretch, all those sorts of things. The main thing is to, whenever you do an action, is to lead with the knee. So go up and then out. Because if you just go out, there's a chance that the knee will buckle the wrong way. Okay? So now let's go ahead and stand up. Okay? So let's just re-go through talking. So with talking, again, there's talking by just pulling down on the mouth, and we get this talking. Then there's talking of pulling back and pulling down and back like this, gives you that kind of talking. And this is where you get the biggest gesture. By pulling back and down is where you're going to get your bigger things. But anywhere in between gives you kind of your medium actions. And then trying to, when you're enunciating your words, trying to pick your things that you want to enunciate, right? So having in a phrase a bigger moment of mouth open and then some medium-sized to small moments.
All right.
So the direction of this is the direction of where he's looking. So that's a helpful tool when you can't look up, is know that, when that's pointing over here, I know he's looking over there. So that's a good standby. The other thing is when you're running or walking and not talking, think about shifting grips so that you can lift the head to have it look up and down, but not hang on it so his mouth isn't open while running. So kind of keeping away from bug catching. So, okay.
Bugs is good protein.
Yep. And then again with walking, think always, you really got to get close. And then the other thing is really lead with the knees. It's how do we lead? So there could be times when we want the hand to lead, so a big gesture. So like if the hand is doing that, a good thing to think about is the hand going up and the body following, right? It's sort of a natural thing, but that goes into the idea of a three-person thing doing this, right? So you guys want to try that? Okay.
So I just go.
Yep, you just go.
Yeah, that works. Yeah. Yeah.
The hills are